Yo guys, what's up? This is going to be a bit of a shorter video. I just wanted to point out something that I think might be actually really broken, and I haven't heard anybody talk about this, and that has to do with the refraction perk, or perks like it basically. So, what I'm thinking is going to be broken here is, in Borderlands 4 we have licensed parts. What this means, and why this adds to this as being broken, potentially, is in other Borderlands games, your weapons could roll with different stats, and those were based on the parts of the weapon. So, like, you might have a ×2 on your gun, that's because of, like, the grip, or whatever, you know what I mean? Well, in Borderlands 4, we have the same kind of system, but the parts can be associated with a different manufacturer. A Jacob's barrel allows any weapon with that Jacob's barrel on it to ricochet on crits. Refraction and other perks like it allow you to ricochet under possibly certain conditions, or maybe it's just all the time but it's a low chance, whatever it might be. And I'm still not 100% sure if this is the case, but I've gone into chats of different streamers and comment sections, and I've gotten the same response, and it's that these ricochets will be able to stack. So, if I shoot an enemy in the head with a Jacob's weapon and I have the refraction perk on, there's a chance, if both ricochets proc in that shot, that one bullet will ricochet into two bullets. Now you might be thinking, okay, that's not really that game breaking. Another part of this problem is you can get more than one licensed part on a gun at a time. And it just so happens that the Torg mag allows guns to have stickies. And Torg stickies are really, really strong. And if you don't know how they work, basically it's you shoot an enemy, and every sticky that you apply to the enemy before you have to reload makes each sticky do more damage. This is where this gets kind of broken, and I can see this actually being like overpowered. If I have two enemies and I'm shooting at one enemy, and I have Torque stickies, Jacob's ricochet, and refraction, and my weapon is, let's say, ×2, so I have a ×2 pistol that shoots Torque stickies and has Jacob's ricochet, and this perk and the Jacob's ricochet procs every shot, and I shoot the enemy 10 times. That would be 20 stickies on that enemy, but on the ricocheted enemy, it would be 20 stickies. Now imagine that with a shotgun that's shooting 12 pellets a shot, 24 stickies just got ricocheted in one shot, and then I reload and 24 stickies just blew up. Now imagine it with a 60 round assault rifle that has ×2, and I can shoot 60 bullets for 120 ricocheted Torg stickies. Obviously, this isn't entirely reasonable in every scenario, but the potential damage here, especially for like mobbing, obviously, is absolutely insane. Now, there's probably a case where if there's multiple enemies, the ricochets are all going to go to different enemies, so you're not going to stack all these stickies all on the same enemy. But even just the fact of you're ricocheting multiplicatively, like more times than you're supposed to, makes ad clear that much better too. Because if I have a ×2 gun and I shoot a dude, I'm ricocheting 4 shots. That's 4 different ads, 4 different enemies that might get ricocheted on, and now 4 different enemies have Torque stickies on them, which, do more damage than a normal shot does. And if I shoot the enemy any more, then they get additional stickies, right? And then everything's blowing up. I just wanted to put that on your guys' radar because I can see this being an insanely strong feature, and definitely something to look out for when you're looking for your God rolled gun, especially on a character like Harlow who happens to have this skill, because this is a character that has radiation built into their kit. This is a character that already does ad clear. This is a character that has entanglement, which shares damage. So imagine all of what I was just saying with those effects, like spreading Torg stickies that multiply, that also share the damage they deal amongst all the other entangled enemies, right? On top of radiation explosions, all that good stuff. Anyways, that's it for the video. I just wanted to point that out because I can see this being very, very, very strong.